Hello, world. It's Curtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. I mean, look at it, right? The amount of joy that I have right now. So, I finally got a place down in Bloomington, Indiana, and the property butts right up to the lake. At Lake Monroe, you can't build on the lake, but I literally it took me like 4 minutes to walk down here and be right at the water. And like I'm just in awe. Like even last night, I was looking up at the sky. It was the first night that I stayed here, and it was so clear. Like I've been living downtown Indianapolis for the last 2 years, and I just got here last night, and I looked up in the stars. Like, I mean, words. I mean, I was just lost for words. It brought me back to my childhood when I lived out in Cloverdale, Indiana. Like, it's just so beautiful. I mean, I took a picture, and the picture doesn't even do justice. It was perfection. So that gets to my video. Are you struggling with joy? Like, do you feel like your cup is drained? Because that was part of the reason I relocated to here. I mean, like, how does that not fill your cup? And the thing is I really had to self-evaluate and be real about some things. One, what brings me the most joy? For me, I'm no longer with my children's mother. They live down south of Bloomington. So I had to get within 30 minutes of their school in order to get 50-50 custody. My kids bring me huge amount of joy, right? So the thing is, as I was going through this process of relocating to Bloomington, like I thought about how many fathers, relationships end, it sucks. There's so many split homes. But how many men aren't willing to chase their kids? Yeah, it wasn't convenient. I mean, I have GPS says 59-minute drive to my office where my trucking company and brokerage company is. But, with you fluctuate the speed limit, you get there in 45 minutes, right? It's a 45-minute drive. And I remember the thought in my head, like how inconvenient, whatever, right? But I'd never had a view like this downtown Indianapolis, or probably most anywhere in the city of Indianapolis. Am I going to wake up or go to bed being able to see this view? Nowhere in the city I'm going to be able to have 50-50 custody of my children, right? So when you're weighing, should I, shouldn't I, which one is going to bring me more joy? Last night, staring at the stars. This morning, like us going out on the lake, being out on the water, the kayaks, the boat, like my son and daughter both riding their four-wheelers around, dirt bikes, like in-ground pulled. I mean, what's going to bring me more joy, right? And so I just ask you, like, what fills your cup? Like, really think about it. And are you devoting time and energy and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone in order to achieve that? What are the things that you do that really brings you joy? Is it scrolling? Doubt it. Is it watching TV series of all these Bachelorette and everything where it's just drama? Doubt it. Is it watching sports and watching someone else who's achieving a great life? Doubt it, right? Like, self-evaluate, like, am I doing the things that are creating high amounts of joy in my life? And are you even devoting any time of your week, being intentional and putting in your schedule to do the things that fill your cup? Like, one of the things that I love doing is painting. And it's like, I realized I had a painting that was unfinished. It's massive. And I was like, I wasn't even setting aside time to paint that fills my joy. I was so busy in the hustle and bustle of business and being a dad and hanging out with people. But is it filling your cup? And then I just made a post, and it said something like, someone can only drain your energy if you allow them. They can only drain your cup if you give them the straw. So I've been going through this process this year of distancing people out of my life, cutting people out of my life, because I finally realized my worth. I struggled with worthiness issues stemming back all the way from my childhood, when my father didn't relocate to be with me. Like, seeing him every other weekend and then going like almost, I think, 8 years without even seeing my father. Like, it really started to develop some self-worth issues. And I took it into my adulthood. And it took me like really going through counseling. I went through a whole year of counseling after my divorce. And I actually, as I started like really dating again and building my business and partnering in a partnership with the brokerage and everything, I started to realize some things were flustering and giving me anxiety, and I was getting stressed and fearful, and I just had all these negative things that were draining my cup, and I was allowing it to stress me out. But I realized it. So what did I do? I got a hold of my counselor, was like, hey, haven't talked to you in like over a year and a half, 2 years, but can we start meeting again? I've got some things that I realized within myself, and I would like to just talk about them, get some tools to maneuver them, see if I'm being unrealistic or over dramatic or in a victim mentality. She's like, yeah, by all means. And it's been going great. Like, I've been allowing that to get out, because if you go into your mind alone, you may just get stuck there. How many times have you thought about something or stressed about something and it just was like repeat over and over and over again? You couldn't quit thinking about it, like somebody you gave your all to, everything, and then they just checked out, kicked you to the curb, or someone cheated on you, or you lost a business, or had to file bankruptcy, or had to move back in with your parents, or just, any of this crazy stuff. Like, your finances are tight because like our economy right now is crazy, and the cost of everything is astronomical in comparison to what it used to be. There's so many things that can drain your cup. So for me, I've gotten to a point in my life where I stopped looking at counseling as something that's bad, versus I'm actually strong for going to counseling to overcome some of those things that was messing with me. Are there people and things in your life that are not giving you joy? Do you need to set boundaries? Do you need to realize your worth, add tax, and accept nothing less? Set boundaries, even if it's with family, and say you don't want to cut them out completely and not be around your family, but are there boundaries that need set? Are there standards that need set in your life? not only with other people, but within yourself? Are you doing things that are not bringing you joy? Like, I just keep looking at this background, and it's like, once you make the decision, you're one decision away from a completely different life. Like, once you make a decision to elevate your standards within yourself and everyone you allow in your circle, in your presence, to have your time, to have your energy, you may just be living an amazing life, doing exactly what you want. You go after the money because it's not about money. It's about what you can do with the money. The other day I was down here with the kids and I made a video, and there was all these people out here on the lake. It's not about the money or a boat. It's about the memories they were making with their kids before their kids went off to college. And you know what? If you got a boat, what do you think the chance are? Your college kids are going to want to come home with their college friends and go out on a boat. If you got an in-ground pool, how many times do you think your kids are going to come over and go swimming? If you have a barbecue and you're making steak and lobster, like, hey, surf and turf at the house this weekend, you guys coming? What do you think your college kids are going to say? I've been eating ramen noodles. Hell yeah, I'm coming to the barbecue. Can I bring some friends? Absolutely. I saw this video by Dan Martell, and he said his $300,000 wake boat was the best investment he could ever have bought. And why was that? Because it fits 16 people and his kids every single weekend. Dad, can we go on the boat? Yep. Dad, can we bring friends? Yep. He said he sees so many of his friends where their kids don't want to spend time with him. So what did he do? He made his backyard a backyard oasis. In-ground pool, water slide, basketball court, this, that, whatever. The inside his basement, he has a whole arcade, pool table, big screen TV, movie theater, the VR glasses where you could do all that type of stuff. It was the best investment. What do you think when you're grown and your kids are grown and they're having kids and now you're a grandparent? How do you think you're going to get your kids over when they're busy with their lives? Kids are expensive. So what happens if you're a grandparent that has devoted themselves to making enough money where you have a pool? Doesn't have to be an in-ground pool, but obviously better. You have a pool in your backyard. You have the finances to just say, hey, kids, bring the grandbabies over. You don't have to bring anything. I've got everything, all the food, the drinks, everything. Don't make it a burden on them. Come over and we're going to feed you and spoil you and be with the grandbabies. What is that going to do as a grandparent? It's going to fill your cup and bring you joy. What happens when you're intentional about the people that you allow in your life instead of the ones that drain your joy? Is your partner draining your joy? Are they going out and doing promiscuous stuff? Going to places they shouldn't? Like doing things that they shouldn't be doing as a committed couple, as a husband, a wife, as if you're a godly family? Like, do you need to detach from your partner? If you're in a marriage and you got kids, do you need to be the leader, even if you're a woman, and step up and start going to counseling? Start going to church, even if they won't go with you? How much does your family matter to you? Does it drain your joy? Or do you need to become a leader for your kids where your kids don't steal your joy because you're leading in such a way your kids know it's not even okay to have that type of behavior that drains your joy? Are you trying to be their best friend? are you trying to be their leader to guide them so they don't go through the same struggles in their adult life? Today, I just invite you, look yourself in the mirror. Be real with yourself. Am I doing the things that bring me joy? Am I allowing people and things in my life that steal my joy? Yesterday, my business partner got a text. Somebody wanted us to move 10 vehicles and they offered us $200. My business partner got frustrated. He was so frustrated. They made me mad. That's just a slap in the face. Man, he was so worked up. And I said, Steve, you gave them the straw. What do you mean the freaking straw? Like, dude, it was a text on some idiot. And I had already talked to him about my post where it said, if somebody comes at you sideways, snaps on you, it's just an immature child in a adult body. These are people who are unrealistic, immature, and typically haven't healed from trauma because hurt people. And they're unrealistic. They're selfish. For them to offer $200 for 10 vehicles to where they needed them transported over an hour away. But Steve, you're allowing them to steal your joy. And I said, actually, Steve, you are choosing to lose your joy. You are choosing to be mad. You are choosing to be angry. You're choosing that you've got to smoke some cigarettes. Steve, they didn't take your joy. You took your joy. You allowed that. You can't get emotionally broken and frustrated unless you decide to. So today, folks, I just ask you, what are you going to do about your joy in your life? Me, I finally can play that song by Michael Jackson in the mornings, Man in the Mirror, and realize I'm taking 100% ownership of my life. I just ask you, are you able to take 100% ownership of your life? If your relationship ain't working, take 100%. I need to be the leader because I'm the one that's not happy. If you're not happy, look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not happy and it's my fault. Happiness is a choice. All you got to do is choose to be happy. All you got to do is choose that my cup is full. We all have to work. If you hate your job, make it better. Go in there with so much positivity, it makes the environment better. Go in there and give so much energy that they give you a raise. They promote you. Now you're a manager and you can make better decisions to affect your happiness at that job. Start putting away money and start your own business if you got so many opinions about it. The best moment in your life is the moment where you could take 100% ownership of your life. Every failed relationship I've had, it's my fault. I didn't set boundaries. I didn't pay attention to red flags. I rushed in too quickly. I overreacted. I hadn't achieved the stuff that I said I would achieve fast enough. I wasn't present. Businesses. I may have started spending money quicker than I should have instead of reinvesting. I should have really took my emotions out of some of the business partners I partnered with. My health. There were days where I didn't work out. I ate that crappy food that I knew was bad for me. I drank alcohol. I used to smoke weed all day, every day. I can finally take ownership. Can you take ownership as a parent, as a spouse, as a friend, as a business partner, as an employee, as a boss, with your health, with your wealth? I focus on these 5 areas. If you want to really fill your cup, focus on these 5 areas. Become the best version of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Heck, if you're in a relationship, give your all sexually. What would happen if you became the best version of yourself in those 6 areas? You don't think your relationships are going to get better? You don't think your joy is going to get better? You don't think as a leader, everyone around you are going to get better? If you focus on being the best version of yourself in those 6 areas, everything in your life is going to get better and you're going to have more joy. So today, I just ask you, are you going to take full responsibility of the joy that's in your life? Sorry, I just saw a woodpecker just flew down. It's so beautiful, folks. When you take 100% ownership of your life, life becomes beautiful. So you know the drill. Be boundless. I love you all. Hope this helped. Like, comment, share, tag someone. You know the drill.